Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now June 3rd of 2023, and not only are we getting closer to the Ahsoka Tano series, which by the way, is the main reason why a lot of fans are looking forward to this one in particular, this Star Wars show, is that Kathleen Kennedy has zero involvement in this on a creative scale. Dave Filoni wrote the entire thing with a little bit of help by Jon Favreau here and there, but he really had Timothy Zahn really advising the entire series from point A to point B of production. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And without further ado, let's get right into the subject. Now, what's really intriguing about everything related to the sequel trilogy over the years is that the fans have remained divided. Of course, within the Star Wars community, this is something that Disney is desperately trying to patch and fix and really kind of course correct the franchise as much as they can through the use of Jon and Dave's treatment of the franchise. Now, we know that Mando Season 3 is what it was all because of Kathleen Kennedy. She had a lot of creative control over the script, but not when she was, of course, not when they were filming, essentially. She was not involved in that. So, once he got the script, the damage is done, basically, but now, thankfully, with Mando 4, she has zero involvement in that as well on a creative level. But what's interesting about all of this is exactly what Disney is planning for the sequel trilogy, and one of their big plans to essentially refilm and remake the sequels in a very big way. We talked about this lightly a couple of weeks ago, and there's a recent development that I think may very well entertain fans. It may not fix things in the grand scheme, but let's tap right into this. Now, right now, one of the big projects that Disney is working on is set to remake the sequel trilogy in ways that fans would never come to imagine, to both enjoy and or remain skeptical about. The current plan right now that serves as the latest development as part of their plan to remake and refilm portions of the sequel trilogy that will serve as special editions. But one big piece is being developed for a big moment of a new cut for The Last Jedi that they are preparing for 2027 as the 10-year anniversary. Now, Disney and Lucasfilm are preparing to develop a scene where they will be able to use some deleted footage of Han Solo from The Force Awakens to be pieced together with planned, newly shot footage and also recycled footage of Luke, portrayed by Mark Hamill from The Last Jedi, to be pieced together to create a reunion scene between both Luke and Han in the form of a flashback. Now, there is reportedly an entire deleted scene of Han Solo that never emerged from The Force Awakens that involves him delivering dialogue that would work perfectly to be inserted with both Luke, refilmed footage, and recycled footage of him, where Disney found a way for both Luke and Han to have a short conversation with each other for a moment in the special edition planned for The Last Jedi. Now, let me just stop here quick before I get to the next big piece of this development, is that you guys may recall that Rian Johnson even admitted that there was a lot of Luke footage that they kind of put into the can and into the trash for Episode 8 that they never really dealt with in the final cut, which was sad but true. Rian Johnson did say that the original cut of Episode 8 was around 3.5 hours. So that's a lot of extra footage there, not just of Luke, but also of characters like Kylo, Rey, etc. that never surfaced, all because Kathleen Kennedy wanted to keep that very much, from ever seeing the light of day and really kind of making its way onto the Blu-ray. So sure, we got a couple of deleted scenes here and there on The Last Jedi Blu-ray edition, but not all that much. It was very, very minuscule, very much minor. But what's interesting about this is that Disney is preparing to remake and refilm each and every sequel trilogy movie that's going to be treated as special editions, but also as new cuts, if you will. Scenes will be rearranged, some scenes are going to be re-edited, some scenes will have newly shot footage meshed in together with the old, so they're finding ways to essentially kind of repurpose the films in a way where they're going to flow differently, scenes are going to be shifted around, scenes will be elongated, stuff like that. So I think it's going to be entertaining at the most. Do I think that this is going to fix things, like I said before, in the grand scheme of things? I'm not quite sure about that, to be honest. I mean, it would really have to be something like so impressive to the point where it would change fans' minds. However, I don't believe that this would necessarily fix anything on a grand scale. Just want to make that clear out there. But I do believe that what they are doing here comes out of the fact that they want to diminish or at least lower the level of the backlash and increase the likability of the sequels. That's basically what their aim is right now. So moving on to the next thing. Now, Mark Hamill has been made very well aware about this plan, and that Hamill is willing to participate in brief filming of a new scene of Luke footage to be used for this moment that they plan to shoot sometime in 2025, in preparation for the 2027 special edition of The Last Jedi. Now, minor de-aging technology is planned to be used, which would suggest that yes, this is a flashback, and simply to make Luke appear how he was in the sequels by the time 2025 comes around also, because Mark Hamill's going to be a little bit older there. Now, they film, of course, this new scene and how it's going to be pieced together with the deleted Han Solo footage. Disney wants to also find a way to insert Leia into the background somehow, but that's currently not finalized just yet. So, from what it seems, they also want to have Leia involved in this reunion scene in this new special edition of basically The Last Jedi that's going to use old archived footage of Han Solo that never really saw the light of day. Now, I don't know about you guys, but look, when we look at stuff like this, the fact that Disney wants to embrace a very new face for the sequel trilogy and how they want to canonize a lot of deleted scenes, they want to refilm some scenes, they want to shoot new sequences to be thrown in there. I think it's going to be an entertaining thing nonetheless. I really do. I don't believe it's going to fix anything, but I do believe it's going to drag fans to go ahead and at least check it out, see what it's going to be worth, and if it's not worth anything, so be it, you know? But look, at the end of the day, this is something that they should have done right from the get-go, right from the beginning. And I put full blame on Bob Iger for that, because Bob Iger did open up last year that they played things way too safely with the sequels, that they made a very big mistake with that. It's no different than them making a big mistake with the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, let's be honest here. It's the same exact thing, and that's what they're trying to also fix now. There's a lot of reports that the Star Wars Hotel, the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, that will be knocked down or just shut down in September, they want to rebrand it as just a Star Wars themed hotel, not an experience per se. It'll be cheaper, it'll be more engaging, where you can just go there, get a room, get some, food, whatever, get some entertainment out of it, and then call it a day. It doesn't have to be like a super expensive thing. Maybe you'll pay like $600, $500 a night, but that's what they're aiming to do right now, apparently. They want to make it just a flat-out Star Wars-themed hotel. That's what it should have been from the beginning, in my opinion, anyways. So guys, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this approach to create a reunion between Luke and Han in the form of a flashback for the special edition of Episode 8. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.